Hey guys, this is AI Gaming 1776 playing Dying Light the Following with a GTX 960. It is a 2GB EVGA for the win edition of the card. It's a pretty good version of the 960 minus the whole 2GB thing. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, we are almost using the full 2GB of VRAM. I'm actually trying to find a wall where it's easy to read that. It was a little bit easy to read it there. See, it's up there in green letters in the upper right hand corner. Sometimes it will be easy to read in this video and sometimes it will not be. So there you go. There's your baselines. Now, as you can see, we are in the 60s and 70s for the most part for the frame rate right now. With the settings I'm using, that's what you would see is the 60s to the 80s. I, however, am going to put on Vsync, and ideally we will see a solid 60. That is the goal. Now, I'll be showing you the settings here soon, but first I want to show you how well the settings work. All right, good performance, nice visuals. This is live commentary. There is a chance that I'm going to fall into a pit or die or otherwise do stupid things. When I don't talk, when I just shut up and play the game, I actually handle this pretty well. But when I talk, I've noticed I can kind of fall into the pit. I guess it's not a pit so much as whatever this situation is. Canyon? I don't know what that is. I'm not a geologist. All right, so we jump over here in case you don't know. By the way, this is really super pretty. Oh, and I plan on showing you the max settings too before I get out of here. The max settings are pretty hard on the 960 though. I mean, don't get your hopes up. All right, so what we want to do is we want to jump over here and you grab hold of this ledge and you shimmy, you shake and shimmy your way over here. Now, how you want to jump across from here is up to you. I look over the left shoulder, put the pointer just above the cliff up towards the middle of the grass here, and I'll just go for it. Wow, wait a minute, that was a little too much spring. Almost overdid it. That does not seem realistic. Anyway, I keep showing this off because this is pretty. This is inspirational. I wish the whole game was this. You know what? You know walking simulators like Firewatch and Gone Home and all that? Honestly, I could deal with a walking simulator that did this stuff, right? This is all this climbing I'm doing right here. I'm almost completely done with this kind of climbing that's offered at the opening of the following. But I could do a whole game of this. I could do this. This is fun. Anywho, yeah, we're about to jump down into the water. I am just showing off the graphics. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, there was some pop in right there. The draw distance. See, when I play this game in the city like normal, of course, I haven't played since the so-called graphics downgrade, so maybe that's changed. But whenever I play in the city, I've never really had a problem with the draw distance. But out here, because there's not a ton of buildings and stuff masking it, yeah, you will notice draw distance issues. Now, I actually have the draw distance turned up a little bit. In the normal game, I don't turn up the draw distance whatsoever. But here I've had to, because you could definitely, it's not even that things would pop in so much. What would happen is, and what's kind of lame, is the leaves on the trees would pop in, and it was distracting. I don't like pop in very much. I've talked about this in my videos before. If I can avoid pop in, that's the plan. Sometimes you got to deal with it. Like I did a Tomb Raider video with the R9 390 just a couple days ago. And in that video, I mentioned if you want to get 60 frames per second and not have it stutter, well, not have it stutter very much, in 1440p with the R9 390 playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, then you pretty much have to deal with some pop-in. You know, you had to turn down level of detail, which seems to affect the pop-in. Anyway, so there's going to be some pop-in. I'm showing you exactly how well this plays. I've decided... I mean, I've always known this about my channel, but I've decided to start explaining to you guys the issue with these videos. I am doing a demonstration. Now what I could do is a 1-minute video or even a 5-minute video where I just tell you the average frame rate. Here's what you don't get about an average frame rate in a game. That really doesn't tell you as much as you think it does. It doesn't tell you if the game is going to stutter. It doesn't tell you how much pop-in you have to deal with. It doesn't tell you how well the game really performs. You can get an average frame rate of 60 if sometimes you're in the 80s and sometimes you're in the 40s. It'll average out to 60, depending on how much in the 80s you are and how much in the 40s you are. As you can see, I'm showing you a demonstration of rock solid 60 frames per second, not very much pop in, very beautiful imagery. Actually, if you want to make the game look even better, you can do the Windows key and L. I should mention that. You should do the Windows key and L. Lock your screen with Vsync. Have Vsync on, play the game. If it's not staying at 60 with the settings I'm about to show you, do the Windows key with L. That's what I had to do actually. And then go back into the game. For some reason, there's more and more games where their Vsync is acting stupid and you have to do the Windows key and L trick. Why is that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm hanging out in this area so I can show you all the... Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. And the frame rate actually went down, like, pretty hard when I got attacked. Good to know, because I've been attacked before, and it stayed in the 60s. At 60. Here, let us turn Vsync off. And see if that helps. I'm not sure if it will. See, even with Vsync off, we're at like 59, 60. Now, if there's not... See, now it's at 67. It can go as high as in the low 80s. Like maybe 84 or something like that. See, now it's at 71. It's going to fluctuate. Remember... Oh, I see some grass pop in. It's not too bad, but I do see it. I do see the pop in. It's a 960, guys, and I don't know if you've read the reviews on Steam, but a lot of people have said they've had performance issues with this game. I'm telling you, this game is tricky. It's a very, very tricky-dicky game, because on one hand, look, we just went into the 80s. Did you see that? Look, 88, right here. Of course, we're going up a hill. Not a lot to render. Like I said it would be in the 60s to the 80s, which has been pretty true, except for where it was 59, but that's close enough. Nice tall grass, lots of zombies. The fast zombies will tear your booty up. Oh, look, some zombies are popping in now, even though the frame rate's in the 60s. Now, I don't have draw distance on minimum, guys. Draw distance is not on minimum. I'm about to show you the settings. I like to show the performance first, because I think people see the settings and they get their minds made up. You know, they start having preconceived notions before they've seen how it plays. Let's put the Vsync back on. Ever since that zombie attacked me and the frame rate went into the 40s, I've been a little bit leery. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to run a little bit further and see some variety. Then I'm probably going to let a zombie kill me. And by let a zombie kill me, I mean I'm going to try to win the fight and I'm going to lose. So then we'll do max settings. Now we'll do max settings with max draw distance and with no draw distance, like 0 draw distance. We'll do both. Alright, so I did this so that we could see some concrete and stuff. The sunlight is a little bit obnoxious. Here, let me aim the camera down. Yeah, I like the juxtaposition of the concrete and the vehicles with the field. The thing is like the sunlight was not being this obnoxious on my other playthroughs. I see how this is like blinding everything on the screen, and I apologize for that. That is not what I wanted to show you. I did not want to blind you like this. Hey, hey, zombie. So let me climb up here. Whoop. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And the frame rate went into the 40s. Oh, wait a minute. I can push A. I'm dead. All right, so when you're getting attacked, the frame rate can actually go down. I made this video a couple times, so I don't know if I've had a chance to tell you yet, but I've not played very far into the game. I've just tried to make it look good and play well from the start, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. If I can get off of this thing. Well, that doesn't seem productive. I wonder if there was another way out of there. Now it's down into the 50s. I'll tell you why here in a minute. When you max the game out, the frame rate really suffers. The thing is the frame rate is being worse now than it has been. And I've been playing the game for about 2 hours now. It stayed at 60 for the most part. And now it's doing this. Let me show you these settings because we're about to have to change some of them. We're at 1920 by 1080, full screen, Vsync on, texture quality high, shadows on medium, foliage on low. View distance is, I don't even know how many notches that is, but it's not even halfway. Ambient occlusion has been on. I'm going to shut that off and see if that gives us some frame rate. Motion blur is off. Depth of field is on. That's probably going to go next. Anti-aliasing is on, and film grain effect is off. If we turn other things off, we're going to get more pop in. Actually, it's less obnoxious with the lighting once you turn off ambient occlusion. Still blinding, but not as bad, not as washed out too. So let's see if we can keep it at 60 frames. Matter of fact, let's go tangle. Let's go tangle with the zombies. Let's see if that knocks it down into the 40s again. No, not so far. I'm kind of letting them gang up on me on purpose. I am going to let them kill me. As you can see, we're keeping 60 for the frame rate. Notice I didn't want to give up that draw distance. I did not want to, I don't like pop-in, so I didn't want to give that up. I don't like stutter. I don't like pop-in. I like the games to perform incredibly well. Alright, so we're up here again. Is there a way to get out of here without falling? Maybe? Alright, there we go. There we go. The little hunting tower spawn points. It actually feels a little more responsive now. Remember, we have Vsync on. I'll turn it off in a minute. But this is, the goal here is to give you a rock solid 60 frames per second, or as close to it as we can get. Not have pop in, and still have eye candy. Still have it look good. As you can see, the textures are still on the highest setting. And I tried to have depth of field. Not depth of field. Depth of field is on. I tried to have ambient occlusion on. Because the goal is to make the game pretty. I'm not one of these guys that's going to tell you to make the game ugly to get your frame rate. But at the same time, you want to have that good, smooth, beautiful frame rate. Can I make this? I can make it. Look at that. Can I climb up there, I wonder? And if so, how do I accomplish it? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can make that or not. Oh, wait a minute. Can I? You know what? I'm not going to spend all day trying to climb it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Actually, I wanted to know if I could get in this house earlier. Oh, I can. It might start a story in here. I haven't gone in here yet. See, I could handle this in a walking simulator, you know? I could handle environments that I could check out, things I could climb. I mean, if you want to make it, if you want to take this game and make it with more stuff to climb, more stuff to interact with, and take the fighting out, fine. But don't make it so that all I do is walk. That's all I'm asking. All right, so hold on. Let's go get into some fighting. Let's go get into a big group with Vsync on and see if we're going to keep our 60 frames per second. From there, we will turn Vsync off and see what kind of frame rate we're really getting. And then from there, we'll go to max settings. Remember, these videos end up being, oh man, I didn't want to use up this weapon. I forgot, because when I die, any damage I do to the weapon is actually still going to be an issue later. All right, so it looks like it's going to keep the 60, okay? So I'll show you these settings again. Then we're going to turn Vsync off. Then we're going to do max settings. Max settings destroy this card. They just do. All right, the GTX 960 is not really made to max this out. Whoa, whoa, how do I get a buggy? Oh, I should have paid better attention. How do I get a buggy? How do I get a buggy? And then how do I get down from here without losing health? Because the game is stingy with health. For a newbie player like me, that is my takeaway. See, even with all these settings turned down, this does not look too bad. Okay, for a 960, I think this is a great way to play the game. I would be very happy playing the game this way. So there you go. I'm about to show you the settings. These will be the settings. Now, will it keep 60 frames per second throughout? I don't know. Is there going to be a big action set piece? I don't know. When you drive the buggy, will it keep 60 frames per second? Great question. I don't have the buggy. So maybe I shouldn't have made this video yet, you might say. The thing is, here's the issue. I try to give you guys some performance demonstrations of games, but I literally do. I try to do every game. I'm doing The Division. I'm doing Street Fighter V. I'm doing Dying Light the following. I'm using AMD cards and NVIDIA cards and doing all these videos. The problem is I don't have time to do whatever it's going to take to get this buggy. And maybe they give me the buggy in 5 seconds, and if I would just go get it, I would have it. Okay, if that's the case, I'll redo the video. It's like people want me to do Arma. I don't know how to play Arma. I bought Arma. I paid money for that game. I paid I don't get these games for free, so I paid money for Arma. Let's check out the frame rate while I'm talking about this. Remember, these are the settings. All right. These are the settings. All right. Vsync off. So I bought Arma, and I've not yet had a chance to really play Arma. And here's the thing. If it's one of those teamwork games, I'm probably going to be hated by the people on my team because I don't know how to play the game. You know what I mean? All right. So the frame rate here is pretty flippin' solid, which is why we were able to keep 60 FPS. Because we're pretty much in the 70s and 80s for the most part now. All right. So this should be pretty good. All right. So do you guys want to see max settings? Let's quit. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. What we got to do is we actually have to get... I'm going to start over. Play the following. Restart. Yes. All right. So... yeah, is the buggy going to give you worse frame rate? That's a great question. You might need to watch another video. And this is a thing that you guys need to understand. Not only is this a demonstration, but you might need to watch more than one video. If you really want to know, look, we're at 100 frames per second there. If you really want to know how a game is going to play on a graphics card, but you're not going to buy the game or you're not going to buy the graphics card, then you're going to have to do research. I wanted to buy a radar detector for a road trip 2 years ago. And I spent between 10 and 15 hours reading reviews on different radar detectors. I timed it because it took me 3 days. It took me 3 or 4 days where the only thing I did was read radar detector reviews. And by the only thing I did, I mean I didn't watch any TV. If I would have normally watched TV or read a magazine or played with an app or played a game or something, I spent 3 or 4 days reading radar detector reviews. Because if you want a radar detector, then obviously you want one that works. It's one of those things where if I'm not going to do the work of testing the thing and I'm going to expect other people to test it for me, then I got to do some research. You have to do some research. You can't always expect an average frame per second thing to get you through. Do you know how many people I know come to my comments section and tell me that they're so glad they found my videos because they bought a graphics card and they bought a game thinking it would play one way because all they saw was the average frames per second, and then they found out, no, it doesn't play that way. So that's what you got to understand. To really know everything that you need to know, you're going to have to either take some time to watch one of my long ass videos, or you're going to take some time to watch a whole bunch of videos or read a lot or something. How am I getting in the 50s for the frame? Well, once I start jumping, it'll probably be bad. Hopefully it hasn't been too annoying. I forgot they talk in this part, and I'm not sure how loud I have the game. Let me make sure I have this game maxed out, because I know for a fact I was not getting a very good frame rate earlier. Alright. Is it maxed? Let me see. It might be. Alright. Now it just went into the 40s for me ducking. Alright. Make sure I don't get myself dead. Get myself killed. Anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to do a demonstration, and the thing is I played this game for 2 hours with this graphics card before I even started recording. I probably could have gotten the buggy within that 2 hours, I'm well aware. But I kept trying different settings out is the issue. And then I still need to do this with an R9 380, an R9 390, a 390X. I could do it with the GTX 970. Now, believe it or not, sometimes I'm like, well, I know the 970 can play this game. Even if it's not maxed out, I know the 970 can at least play it. So sometimes I won't even bother making the video. Because I've noticed that I don't get a lot of views on my 970 videos. Because I think 970 owners pretty much know their graphics card can play just about any game. Now, it's not going to necessarily max out all the games and play them at 60 frames per second. That's true. But if you got a 970, you can play pretty much any game. So yeah, I've got Arma. I don't know if I have DayZ, but I have a bunch of these games that I know I'm not going to be good at. Oh, I bought Ark several months ago. I cannot believe the frame rate's so high right now. I bought Ark several months ago because people had asked me to test it with some graphics cards. And I'm pretty intimidated by Ark because it's one of those games where I'm probably going to get destroyed over and over again. And it's going to be like, hey guys, this is how Ark plays as you're getting destroyed. You know what I mean? It takes a long time for me to get good at certain games. Some games are easy to be good at, and some are not. I cannot believe this frame rate is so good. I can't believe this frame rate. It feels a little chuggy. Don't get it twisted. It feels a little chuggy. Probably because we are long since using all 2 gigabytes of the VRAM. But, oh, now it went into the 40s. I was thinking that it was too good to be true that the frame rate was doing that well. Because I saw it going down a lot earlier. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Let's go over here. I don't know what the point of these fences is because they can knock the fences over. Parts of the fences are missing. Oh yeah, when they get up on you, it lowered the frame rate earlier. So let's go ahead and let that happen. Let's get a gaggle of them. Let's get a gaggle of the zombies. Oh, it went into the 30s. It took a pretty hard dip. Oh yeah, I could have hit A. Didn't think about that. Yeah, I don't play this game a whole lot. You are dead. All right, so come on, brother. I've still got to test Street Fighter V with 3 different AMD cards. I've already done it with 3 different NVIDIA cards. It just went into the 40s. It's in the 40s again. Although, I mean, this is not terrible. I expected worse than this. I had Vsync on earlier too. That probably really affects it. This is trying to make me look bad. Look at this. We're at 50 frames. It's going in slow motion, mind you. But still, we're at 50 frames per second. Now it's moving. Now it's in the 40s. I just spent the first half of this video saying, oh, the 960, you know, maxing the game out is hard on the 960. And it's actually, I know a lot of you are looking at that frame rate, is rubbing your hands together like Birdman, and you definitely plan on maxing the game out now. I know you people. I've read your comments. I know how this goes. I still stand by the settings that I showed at the start of the video because I like a smooth yet still beautiful experience. I don't necessarily think this is smooth or beautiful. You know what I mean? So, not the settings I had at the very beginning, but when I clicked it over and I turned off the HBAO. No, actually, I turned off all of the ambient occlusion. Whoa. Yeah, this frame rate, this is Vsync on, and obviously this is not too shabby. Again, if you get in the buggy, is that going to do anything? I don't know. Is there going to be a set piece or a mission or anything? I don't know. But, you know what's crazy? It's like the graphics card just gave up because the VRAM usage is at 1849. It's not even at 2022. It's just, it just gave up. It's submitted. Because it's not even using the full 2 gigs of VRAM. And we know, we saw earlier, it was using the full 2 gigs of VRAM even when we had lower settings earlier. Yeah, I like to just run around in this game. That's the crazy thing, man. Like, I'll pay $60 for a game like this, and I'll spend more time running around through it than I will actually doing missions. That's fine by me. I guess you could argue that this would be fun in VR. Yeah, this would probably be a good game for VR, actually. I don't know if anyone else has said that before. The thought just now crossed my mind. I'm sure somebody has. Somebody has to have said it. I wonder what that tower is up on that hill. And I wonder if I can get to it. So what I noticed is I'll get pretty far. I don't know how far. But I'll get pretty far. And then I'll run into some pretty powerful zombies. Like with these zombies, I can just run around and do what I want. But then those stupid marathon running zombies will come get me. At this point, oh wow, hunting tower spotted. I could continue from over here if I die. That's funny. Not that I would want to. The story progression is very far away from here. Very far away from here, I'm sure. Alright, so can we get to that red and white tower looking thing up there? That is the question. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe there's a way up here. Not sure. Anyway, that's max settings. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but it's your money and it's your hardware and it's your time. If you want to do it, you can. It chugs. It chugs. It doesn't really feel that good. Doesn't really look that good to me. See, here's the thing. You can max a game out, and in my opinion, you can make it look worse. There is a sweet spot for what the graphics card can really handle and then turning stuff up. There is a sweet spot. Oh, look, another hunting tower. And possibly, I don't know if going through this tunnel is a smart idea to get to that spire thing I want to get to. That is a good question. Come on, run. You're going to get killed, dummy. Run. Entering dark area. Oh, you son of a... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd ask if you guys want to see me get murdered by a zombie, but you already saw that earlier. Nope, I don't want to look behind me while sprinting. No, thank you. I have no real weapon. Oh, no! 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 Life is too short. No! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ah, bad news. Look at all these corpses. All right. All right. Oh, yeah. Really? I should have let them kill me and end the video right there is what I should have done. But now I feel, I don't know, man. I feel froggy enough that maybe I can get out of here. Here's what a noob I am at this game. See their little cones of visibility? Yeah, I got no, I don't know how to even do that. How to, like, analyze that. Because I don't play the game. I don't play the game. Usually if I run into a tough zombie, it eats me. And that's the end of the discussion. You know, I didn't even want to go into this cave. It's not a cave, it's a tunnel. I didn't want to go into this tunnel. Alright, come on, buddy. Leaving the dark. Alright, toggle flashlight off. Alright, can I go around? Yeah, my agility's off the chain. Of course, it's only level 5, so it's not really off the chain. But, you know. There's another tunnel, but I learned my lesson. I'm not going into the tunnel unless the game makes me, which it might if I ever can be bothered to play the story. Ooh, doggy. Lost some health there. Alright, we're almost done. I just want to know if there's a way to get up the ridge to the spire. I cannot believe the frame rate making me look like... Guys, I was playing earlier and it was... Something has to be wrong. I was playing earlier and it was 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second when I had the game maxed out. And yet here we are, clearly not at 30 frames per second, with the game maxed out. Alright, this is the issue with PC gaming. It is, you can have inconsistent performance. I played for 2 hours. I played for 2 hours trying to find the best settings because the game kept going down to 30 frames per second. And yet here we are, clearly not at 30 frames per second, well above 30 frames per second. So, yeah. What is this? Guys, let me know in the comments what kind of frame rate you get if you play this with your 960 and you somehow find yourself watching this video. Let me know the frame rate that you get, because I was getting 30 earlier and now I'm getting in the 50s. This is beyond ridiculous. Oh, I'm just stupid enough to go in here. I am just, if something eats me, we'll end the video. You don't have to hear my voice anymore. Probably a win-win for both of us. I say for both of us because I'm not really a fan of trying to even deal with these zombies. I don't like zombie games. I really don't. This is one of those games that I like despite it being a zombie game, because really I look at it more like an exploration and adventure game that happens to have zombies or whatever, right? It's like a first person parkour adventure game that happens to have zombies. I don't even know where I am, dude. Like, I'm about to leave Africa and come out the other side in America or Canada or something. Well, this should give you an idea of how big the map is. Oh, look at this B to the S. You think firecrackers will blow these boulders up? Let's throw some firecrackers in there. Try to blow these boulders up. No? You would have thought that would work, right? Alright, at that point I'm just being silly. Okay, what can we do? Oh, look, it's in the 40s now. There's nothing in here to eat me. There's like a tree. All right, I'm just going to end the video here in a second. See, that's what I like about this game. Look at this. It's just letting me climb this stuff. It didn't even look like I could make these jumps and grab these things, but it let me do it. Frame rate has been in the 40s. Gameplay has been sluggish. Keep in mind, since I've maxed this out, it has been sluggish. All right? Make no mistake. It has been sluggish. All right, so there you go. That's the 2 GB GTX 960. I'm debating whether or not I even need to make a 4 GB video. Considering how well the 2 gig card just did. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see the 4 GB card. All right, let me know. Let me show you that it is maxed out 1080p. If you guys are still watching, if anyone's still there, liking the video helps, subscribing helps. Tell your friends, be like, hey, this AI gaming guy, AI Gaming 1776, his channel is AI Politics 2. Why? I don't know, because he's stupid. But he makes good videos. This AI Gaming 1776 with the AI Politics 2 channel, he shows us very thorough demonstrations with graphics cards and games and stuff. Go check him out. So yeah, have people check it out, man. Spread the word. What I might end up having to do is start actually plastering a logo on these videos or something, because I've got like 300 graphics card demonstrations without logos and stuff. I should probably be doing some branding. I should probably treat this a little differently than I have. What I've tried to do so far is basically make the videos as chill as I can for you guys. You know, not have to have crap plastered all over the video. Just have the game here. Anyway, I've talked enough. I'm stuck in a cave. I'm going to turn this game off, and that'll be that. So this has been AI Gaming 1776. Thank you so much for watching. And if you watched the whole thing, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you taking this ride with me. I do appreciate you guys. I use the word appreciate a lot, but it's true. I enjoy the fact that some of you guys enjoy these videos. I know not all of you enjoy these videos because I do read the comments, but I do enjoy the fact that some of you enjoy them. So anyway, you guys have yourselves an excellent day. This has been AI Gaming 1776, and I will see y'all hopefully soon. Later.